This video is intended for educational purposes only. We do not promote any illegal activities. Any action taken based on the information in this video are solely at your own risk. Always ensure you have proper authorization before testing systems or networks that do not belong to you. The information in this video should be used responsibly and ethically.
Hello guys, in this video we are going to set up OpenClaw on our Raspberry Pi device and see how it works. So I have already set up it and connected with my WhatsApp. So let me just show you. Let me just say hi to this device, and over here you can see it will reply me instantly. So it's an active agent which can work on your command, and it can give you results based on your commands. So over here you can see it's just greeting me. Over here you can see we are connected with Raspberry Pi device, and it has a full control on our Raspberry Pi device. We will understand what I mean by full control in a moment when we will set up this OpenClaw. So let's just see how we can set up this OpenClaw on our Raspberry Pi device and see how we can work with it. Okay, let me first tell you about OpenClaw and where it stands in AI world. So OpenClaw is an active agent. So there are two types of agents, active agents and passive agents. We will go in detail in some other video about active and passive agents. For now, you can understand that active agents are agents. You can think of active agents as robots. You give some task to these robots and they come up with the result. On the other hand, passive agents come up with a report and you can perform the task based on those reports. So this is the main difference between active agent and passive agent. So OpenClaw is an active agent, as I said, but this active agent needs a brain, right? So you have to power on this OpenClaw with a brain. So what are the brains? So different LLM models like OpenAI, DeepSeek, Gemini, these are different models through which you can power on this brain. So this is one thing. So another thing is you have to give control to this OpenClaw to the environment on which it can perform tasks. So our environment is Raspberry Pi. We have given a complete control to OpenClaw for this Raspberry Pi device, and we are using Raspbian OS with Kali Linux tool. So it has a complete control over these tools and the Raspberry Pi device, so it can perform the task. So these are the two things which you need to know. First, we need to give power to this brain, OpenClaw, and then we have to give the complete control over the device on which we want to perform the task. So these are the two things about OpenClaw. Let's just do the installation and we will understand it more. So we are going to start from the scratch, and first we are going to install Raspberry Pi OS. So over here you can see Raspberry Pi imager. You have to download this imager and you have to install it. And make sure your SSD is connected with your system so you can install the OS. And we are going to do the headless installation, so we are not going to use any keyboard or mouse. So let's just start with it. So first we are going to select our Raspberry Pi 5 which we are using, and we are going to select the recommended OS, and let's just do next. We are using this OS because we are going to install all the other tools, Kali Linux tools in a moment. So let's just select this OS, and over here you can see the SSD. So let me just select the SSD. Make sure you select the correct SSD, and let's just do next. Over here you have to provide the host name. So make sure you select the correct host name which you remember, because we are going to use this host name to connect with our Raspberry Pi without the IP. So make sure you remember this name. I'm naming it OpenClaw, and let's just do next. Make sure your settings are correct, the time zone and keyboard layout. I'm going to name it RP5. Let me type my password. Let's just do next. Over here you have to select your wireless access point. Let me enter the password, and let's just do next. Make sure SSH is enabled, and we are going to use the password authentication. Let's just do next. And if you want to connect your Raspberry Pi with Pi Connect, you can use. I'm going to keep it off, and let's just start writing the OS. and it will erase the SSD. So let's just do I understand and erase and write. So first it will download the OS and then it will install the OS in our SSD. So let's just wait for it. Alright, so the installation is finished. Let me just do finish. And now we will remove our SSD from our system and we will connect this SSD with our Raspberry Pi and then we will proceed from there. So now we are going to install OpenClaw in our Raspberry Pi device. So first let's just make a connection with our Raspberry Pi device. So let me just start PowerShell and we will type SSH with the username RP5 and the host, which is OpenClaw, and let's just hit enter. And if you are getting this error, all you have to do is you just have to ping OpenClaw and now let's just try to make the connection. And now it's asking us for the password, so let's just type the password and we are connected. So let me just clear out the screen, and first we have to install the tools, Kali Linux tools on our Raspbian device because we are using Raspbian OS. So we are going to install, first we are going to copy the Kali repository. So these commands are quite easy. Over here you can see I have just created these commands and I will provide these commands in the resources guide, so you can just follow these commands and you can just copy paste these commands. So I have installed top 10 Kali Linux tools in my repository of Raspbian OS, so we can follow along with OpenClaw now. So it's quite easy. You just have to copy these commands and you are good to go. So make sure you install these tools, Kali Linux tools, because we are going to use these tools with our OpenClaw. So let me just minimize this and let's just install OpenClaw. So it's a one short command. Over here you can see it will install everything. So let me just copy this command and let's just paste this command over here, and it will install Node.js and all other tools, so it will take some time. So let's just wait. Alright, so the OpenClaw is installed. Now we have to configure OpenClaw. So over here you can see first we have some warning. Over here you can read this warning because we are going to give the control of our complete device to this software OpenClaw. So let's just see yes, and we will use quick start guide. And over here first we have to set up our LLM model. So we are going to use OpenAI for this. So let me just go in OpenAI and we are going to paste the Open API key. Now we have to select the model. Over here you can see we can select a GPT 5.4 model as well, which is a current model, but this model is not very compatible with the tools which we are going to use, the cybersecurity tools. So for that we are going to use GPT 4 model, and trust me, it's quite compatible with the tools which we are going to use. So I usually use this GPT 4 model. So let's just say yes, and the model is selected. And it might take few seconds to make it default. Now we have to configure how we are going to connect with our OpenClaw. So for that I'm going to use WhatsApp, and I'm going to link with WhatsApp now. So this is the QR code which I have to scan, and by the way I'm using a separate phone number and a separate device just for connecting with OpenClaw. So let me scan this code. So let's just scan this code. And over here you can see OpenClaw is connected. And let's just see. Over here you can see this is asking us if we are using with the personal phone number or it's a separate phone number. So I will select this is my separate phone just for OpenClaw. and it's asking us for pairing, so let's just say yes, and let's just do the default. And now we have to use some search API. So for that I'm going to use Brave Search. I have already created the account and I have this API, so I'll just go with Brave Search, and let me just paste the API key over here. And for hooks we will select all the hooks, and let's just say yes, and over here it's saying gateway service is installed, and it might take few seconds more, so let's just wait, and we are good to go. So now we have to give this bot a name, and we have to define this bot. So I've already created a prompt. This is a prompt with the name Nastur, which is a nostalgic name for me. It's a name from my 90s series. So let's just use this prompt. You can read this prompt. I'm going to copy this prompt and let's just paste it over here. Let's just wait. All right, so we are good to go. You can see the prompt is working, and now let me just connect this with my phone. Let me just give me a second. So let's just see if we are able to talk to this bot with our phone or not. So I have to go on my number and let's just say hi. And let's just wait. And we are getting the reply. See, so we are getting the reply, and now we can ask it to do any task. So let me just ask it to scan my network. So let's just say check it yourself. So over here you can see the results. So you can see 3 hosts are live. You can see the IP and MAC address of these machines. So see how powerful this tool is. We can also connect our Wi-Fi adapter and ask it to scan our wireless vicinity, and we can also get all the wireless access point within our vicinity. So you can also do all these things as well. So we are controlling everything with just command prompts from our WhatsApp, and we are using natural language. And over here you can see how we are getting the result. We are not typing any commands over here, we are just doing with natural language, and it's giving us all the results. So see how powerful this tool is. So you have seen the setup of OpenClaw on your Raspberry Pi device. Over here I want to make few things clear. Since we are living in AI era, there are few things which we have to understand. So you have to understand a thin difference between there's a very thin difference between management and controlling. So over here you can see I have created 2 prompts which you will see on your screen as well. In first prompt, although it can do these 2 tasks easily, but in the first prompt it's killing my critical thinking. Over here you can see I'm asking it to research it and create suggest me the topics on which I should create videos. So it can kill my critical thinking. On the other hand, I am asking it in the other prompt, I'm asking it to research on CVEs and come up with the most important vulnerabilities which are available in the systems, so I can research on these and come up with my own solutions. So these are 2 different ways through which you can approach and use this device. Although it can do both tasks very easily, it can do the first task and second task as well. So you have to come up with your own solution for using these devices. Don't use these devices and don't allow these devices to kill your critical thinking. Thank you.